Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I wanted to show this new custom Dr. Stretch and Pull's torture factory. This is a custom building commissioned by Flatline Racers, and I have gotten the opportunity to basically go in and make a better version of the torture factory even compared to my original one. My original building, which I have posted on my channel, has a custom marquee like this, and mine has ultraviolet lights out front. And this one has the addition, though, of a switchboard in the back to turn off the motors. So I can optionally shut off the constant running gears, and I can shut off the gate motor and the guillotine motor, so that it'll prolong its life if you just want to have it on and not worry about it breaking. And it should really make this building last a ton longer, because the LEDs shouldn't technically really have a lifespan on them. If you have a properly regulated power supply and everything, LEDs should last for decades, especially these little tiny ones that aren't being forced to put off a ton of light. I'll go ahead and show. So now we switched on all of the motors. You can see the guillotine. This one, the electromagnet broke, so the guillotine motor is fully working, but for some reason the latch up here, which is a little electromagnet, died. So I don't really know what the cause is of that. Also, on this marquee, compared to my original building, it has fading added in, and a new blinking sequence. So I'll go ahead and show. This is my original building. So mine does not have the option to shut off any motors, so they're just constantly running. Mine, I think I'll probably take this new code that I wrote for this one, because this is a lot more fine-tuned and you can do a lot more with it as far as the patterns go. This one, at the time I did it, it was one of the first sort of built-in Arduino projects I had ever done, and I was very new to coding at the time. So it does work flawlessly, like it does operate fine. Just if you look, the backlight on the sign, because it has 3 LEDs now, one for the torture and one for the outer, and then one for the back, so it can do patterns. The original LEDs are just these annoyingly dim yellow LEDs, and both of them I had to remove the original LEDs from the fiber optic strings in the back, and then hot glue on new NeoPixel WS2812B type LEDs. What the advantage is, though, on the new sign is they're fine-tuned to be less obnoxious, and it does not have the overpowering bright light of the back, because this one is almost too much, where the backlight overpowers the torture and it just looks kind of jarring. So I'll probably update this one with the more soft effects, because it looks way better having the updated program code. both of these are designed that the Arduino can be accessed by just removing the plate on the bottom. They just have, luckily on these older buildings, they just have a plate that's screwed in on the bottom with Phillips head screws. So it actually makes it pretty convenient for removing the Arduino for coding. Or not even removing, but just simply plugging in a USB program cable. Trying to think if there's anything else. Additionally, this one is a bit more clunky. If you need to upgrade the code, I made a switch to disconnect the Arduino from the Lemax building power. Because both of these, they're actually being run off of the Lemax power supply. So if you unplug the Lemax power supply, it's just like if the building was original, where it just needs one power supply. But with Arduinos, if you're coding or uploading in new firmware to it, it will have 5 volts from the computer. And so you just need to make sure that you don't backfeed that to the Lemax building, because they're only meant to run off of 4.5 volts. So this one has a diode to separate it, which is like a check valve, so make sure that the power can only go to the Arduino and not back. And this one has a switch, which is something I should change out, just in case I ever forget if I needed to. It's not like I upload code to this a ton. I've like never actually updated its code since I built it, so either way though, just for safety, it would be nicer to have the diode, because there's no way it'll fail. I think that pretty much covers it though. This one is a lot nicer because you can fine tune the brightness of each LED, so you can actually get this and that and the back one at whatever brightness, or if you need to do flicker patterns or the blinking pattern that I wrote for it, which tunes the brightness for this. Whereas this one is using a very crude, simple method of having a pattern for each LED, and it's just, it goes 1, 1, 1. It's very simple. This one though is actually fading, so the colors actually fade in and out, and it actually has panels of 4 instead of just 3. So there's a lot more complexity to each section. And this one also has more versions. This one only has 4 patterns, which is enough. It has this one, and then it has like a green, I think will come after this. Either way though, it's, yeah, so then now the green with the outer flashing slowly, and then I'll have a green and purple, and then I'll have orange. This one though has a lot more in it, since it has panels of 4 and 3, and the blinking outer randomly, and so there's a lot more difference in this one. You can watch it for a lot longer without immediately noticing a specific code sequence. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers it as far as this custom building goes. I'm happy to explain more in depth if anyone has questions. I've also posted a separate video on this new torture factory as far as showing the motor wiring, so that you can add the shutoff switches. It's a bit tricky, and anyone who's attempting this needs to have very good soldering skills. Like, you need to be very comfortable with soldering on small computer boards, because otherwise you could permanently damage it. So with how many tiny wires there are inside of it, and how many circuits, and knowing which wire to disconnect and add into the switch, or adding on the Arduino. Again, I've talked and shown more of this in my other video, but if anyone has more questions, just let me know. And I'm happy to fix your building for you, or add custom modifications like more exterior lighting, or doing an Arduino to do the code. It is a bit pricey though, so if a building is near and dear to your heart, or if you have a specific effect that you're wanting to do, like I've shown, like the Withered Mansion, I redid the circuit board, and I've done a bunch of buildings at this point, like Madame Ashbury I also did, where I kind of redid all of the lighting from scratch and added in more exterior and stuff. So just let me know. I'm happy to help you out. You'd have to pay for shipping to my house, which is in Washington State, and so covering shipping back and forth can get expensive, and there's always the risk of the building getting damaged in shipping, unfortunately. I wish that Lemax wasn't as fragile as it is, but there's always that chance. And then I'm happy to take a look at your building for free if I cannot fix it. So I will not charge you anything for my services unless I can actually complete the project that you're wanting me to do. And yeah, so just let me know. I'm happy to help anyone out. And yeah, stay tuned for more videos, and thank you for watching.